welcome into episode 5 of the Sunday Debrief podcast, show where the boys talk ball, deliver hot takes, and debrief your NFL Sunday. It is Tuesday, January 13th, about 7:15 p.m. We got some amazing co-hosts here with me today. Frog, you got some special guests. Looks like we got your dad and your uncle. Gentlemen, how are we doing?
Doing well, fellas. How are we doing?
Excellent.
Doing well, man. Excited to have you guys on the pod. Frog, I just want to say, Mr. Corrado, your hat is awesome. That's sick. So
Little vintage.
we got No Balls on the pod as well. As always, Nolan, how we doing, man?
Doing great. Another week debriefing some ball with the boys. Love to be here.
Let's go. Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being on. We will start with a wild card weekend recap. It was a fantastic weekend of football. Pretty much every game was incredible. The last two, a little shitty, but we'll go out of order. Frog is only going to be with us for about 15 minutes tonight on the pod. So, Frog, we'll start with your Buffalo Bills. Please. Bills 27, Jags 24. Went down to Jacksonville, got the dub. I'm sure you're feeling great about this. What were your thoughts on the game?
I was not feeling great for the entire 3 hours that game was going on. There was some scary moments. Fourth quarter, 2.5 minutes left. We give Jacksonville back the ball. I was scared shitless. They have Cam Little, who 68-yard field goal. Jags only have to get to midfield, and giving Trevor Lawrence 2 minutes to get to midfield is a scary thought. And I don't know if we could have hung with the Jags in overtime. If you look at, I think by the end of the game, we had 14 players out. It was a nail biter through and through. Josh Allen getting banged up left and right, but defense came in. Cole Bishop, nice tip interception there to seal the deal. Jumping for joy the whole entire time. I really didn't think it was going to end the way that it did. I knew Josh Allen had it in him. He's forever and always will be one of the greatest people in Buffalo to bring the city together. But his ability in that game to fight through some terrible, terrible things that happened with his knee. I don't know if you guys saw, looked like a little hyperextension, finger issues. He already rolled in with an ankle issue and then had to go to the blue tent for concussion protocol, all in the span of 4 quarters. Like, he's a farm boy through and through, and he pushed through. But the boys got it done, which I'm excited about. For
sure. Yeah, they absolutely got it done. I'm impressed with the Bills. Like, they're that team that's find a way to win. You know, it was James Cook didn't necessarily go off in this game. Jags, they have a pretty stingy run defense. Shakir was great. Josh was great. 28 for 35, 273, touchdown. It's clean, efficient. It's what you want to see out of the Bills. And now, you know, the big talk was the Bills defense being the concern for that team.
Yeah.
Pretty sure you just eliminated, I would say, maybe the best offense that was in the AFC, at least down the stretch. That Jags offense was playing incredible. So the rest of the way,
distant for sure.
Yeah, you got to feel good. The Bills defense shouldn't have a terrible time stopping, you know, Bo Nix and the Broncos. We'll see on coming up on Saturday. It's not a great offense. Nolan, you might argue that the Patriots offense is probably the second best besides the Bills now, but there's a real path, and it is going to be on the road, and it's super exciting. Frog, we'll kind of do this in a weird order here since we don't have you for too long.
Yeah,
you are going to be boots on the ground this upcoming Saturday for the divisional game,
yeah,
Broncos Bills. Can you give a little bit of an outlook for the Broncos Bills game? What do you think's going to go down? How do you feel about this matchup?
It will be better than last year when they met in the division or the wild card round.
So a closer game than that. Okay.
Yeah,
revenge game. Yeah.
It was 10-7 at halftime last year. Broncos came out, huge Troy Franklin touchdown through the air. First drive, I believe, for the Broncos. Bills did a great job holding him after that, but the big thing for them to look at this time around is injuries. Looking at the injury report that was just released, Bills have 14 players currently out due to injury, and Broncos have 4. So, I mean, Tyrell Shavers played half of the game with a torn ACL, got taken out. Like, he was batted up. Josh Allen's batted up. So it's a matter of do the guys that go into the game and play those big time minutes that haven't before, can they hold their own? Because I think we have a lot of established pieces, especially on offense, but can we turn the ball over for the Broncos? Can we get turnovers? That's the main thing that the Bills defense needs to do. We need some big Cole Bishop plays. Greg Rousseau needs to get after Bo Nix a lot, Joey Bosa as well. We need to cause turnovers, or else if we keep the Broncos and allow them to, again, with our run defense, run the ball, whether it's Harvey, Bidet, whoever it is, we have to be able to step up there. So I'm more nervous this year for sure, but it'll be good. We have a great team. We have Josh Allen, which if you have Josh Allen, you're never counted out. But I'm excited to be boots on the ground, to be there for the day, probably get heckled by, all the Denver fans, but we are outside of the Bills tunnel. So I hope to maybe give some Sunday debrief shout outs there and get the boys moving with some, maybe a little inspiration, maybe a little push. Who knows?
That's awesome, dude. I'm excited for you that you're going to that game.
Yeah.
If you're by the tunnel, somehow you get a hold of Josh's attention. Can we get him on the show? What you think? We could have Josh Allen come on the Sunday debrief.
Maybe in a year.
That'd be credible. Yeah, maybe we should gain some traction.
Yeah. Before we move on, Dawson, nobody in here mentioned maybe the greatest tush push of all time.
Yes. Sorry, I was definitely going to circle back to the Bills Jags game. Just wanted to get a quick preview from you about that coming up Saturday. Yes. Frog, do you want to explain to the listeners about this tush push? It was awesome.
You didn't watch. I don't know if you saw this, but it was basically do or die for the Bills. And you look at a fourth down opportunity for Josh Allen. A lot of the times the Bills do run a tush push, but we're talking, 4th and 1, 4th and inches. Sometimes they do try the push on 4th and 2. Reggie Gilliam usually comes in, one of our fullbacks, and just absolutely just destroys Josh Allen and just pushes him over. But that tush push, basically, I think it was a 10-yard gain, put us right at the goal line, inches away from scoring a touchdown. They initially did call it a touchdown, but that might have been the greatest tush push I have ever seen in my life. You don't take a 6'5" guy like Josh Allen, lift him up through a whole defensive line full of linebackers and every single player and go 10 yards. So I was...
Was that also 50% the Jags letting them score? Because they knew it was going to happen?
That was before that. That led to that. So before that, it was 4th and 1, 4th and 2, and they're on the 12-yard line. And there was no opportunity of letting them score. Jags didn't do the tush push. They did it.
I don't know.
Through.
Well, no. I mean, dude, it's 4th down. They're not letting a team score on 4th down. There's just no
tush push. You are right, though. They did let them score so they could have the ball back with ample time. I think it was that first down after that tush push. But the one I'm talking about was the best tush push we've ever seen.
So Nolan, I got you. You're talking about the touchdown. The last
No, I'm talking about 4th and 2. They were letting them score because they knew it was going to happen.
No,
but it makes no sense to let a team score if it's 4th down. I don't know.
You're not in the red zone. Why would you let them score?
If it's 4th and 2, you're probably going to sell out to get the stop. But
Bill's proved me wrong though. I thought they would get shut out by the Jags. It was a good game by Josh. He got beat up.
He did.
But we'll see how he does in Denver.
Yeah. No, this was a great win. I'm impressed with the defense too. Getting takeaways, that's going to be the key to their success. If they can get a couple takeaways against the Patriots, the Broncos, the Texans, in these later playoff games, they have a real shot to win and win the Super Bowl. It was super fun to watch this game. One point about that tush push, we know the Eagles, people crown them as the champs of it. I don't think I've ever seen Jalen Hurts get 10 yards on tush push before. So would you say the Bills are now the GOATs of the tush push? Do they overtake the Eagles?
I think they might have to be. And even if you look at their season-wide data, the Bills use that multiple times a game, and they're almost always successful with it. So I might say that the Bills hold that crown.
For sure. Anyway, really, really good win for the Bills. That was a good Jags team. That was a Jags team that a couple weeks ago came to Denver and smoked the Broncos in Denver. Bills go to Jacksonville and get a really nice win. So coming for this game coming up, that's definitely something to think about. One last note I had on this game, kind of game unrelated, but Romo's getting a lot of hate for his call. I don't know. Did you guys have any thoughts?
Yeah,
Was Romo?
Yeah, the
is he
Romo
kinda-
hate is so unnecessary. Romo is one of the best commentators. I don't know why people are hating on Romo.
I think
He
it's a
calls
little
it such
forced.
a good game every time.
He's himself. He calls a good game, and yeah, I don't know. People are hating. Frog, did you have any like notes on how Romo called this game?
I think he did fine. I think the way he set it up was a little iffy. You can't say that there's no one has a true chance at winning the AFC, but then go, but the Jags, let me tell you. Like, he started off a little shaky. He got better. At least it wasn't Tom Brady. I'll say that much.
Yeah,
Tom Brady is amazing.
he's
Tom
gotten
Brady
better.
and KB are the top two commentators next to Jim Nance.
No, absolutely not.
I don't
He
know.
is.
The thing I will say about Tony is like he did kind of repeat himself a lot when he's like, Jim, like both these teams can win the Super Bowl. I don't know. Like he did say that like stuff like that a lot, but
Yeah.
I don't know. Go Tony. Don't know Tony Romo hate on this pod. We're fans of him. I think he did a good job. But anyway, any last notes for you guys on the Bills' really good wild card win? Josh Allen has now won a playoff game in 6 straight years. He's just a winner. That's what he does.
I believe that was his first road playoff win. So I think
Since
that was
1990.
Absolutely.
that
is absolutely right.
right for him there. And then I think being the guy I've been living in Denver for 25 years, the Broncos have had plenty of solid teams coming in. This is their saltiest defense. But I think the jury's a little bit still out on Bo Nix and what he's going to do.
Oh, absolutely.
True. Yeah. Bo Nix is a fraud. Yeah.
Right. Well, this is one of those great matchups of the young kid because you got 3 of the 4 final quarterbacks are all second-year guys, and then you got Josh. So if any year for Josh,
It's
right,
This is the path. You are absolutely
the
right.
oldest
on that.
guy. And a few years ago, we wouldn't think we'd be saying that. So this will be a hell of a game on Saturday in Denver. It's going to be rocking for it for
Yeah.
sure.
For sure. And Unk, that was a great point. Like, I think the Bills haven't won a road playoff game since the 90s, I think. I think it's like 92, like,
Yeah.
which is impressive. So good for that city. Officially, there will not be another game at the old Bills Stadium because the Chargers lost. So no chance of that. But yeah, Bills move on. They'll play the Broncos. We'll get into more of a prediction of that later in the show. Just wanted to have Frog give a quick one there.
Yeah.
He'll be at the game. Excited for that. We'll move on to the next game we wanted to talk about with Frog while we have him. Saturday Night Football.
Whew.
It's awesome. Everyone knows that. Bears 31, Packers 27. There is so much to cover from this game. Frog, I'll let you talk. I'm speechless from this comeback.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
The
Well,
Bears
Take me
are
through what you were
back.
feeling.
Bears are back. Bears to the bowl. Having somebody who actively lives in Chicago and a family that is from Chicago, obviously, I'll let them take the stage.
The Pope is definitely on the Bears side. He's definitely praying for the Bears. We all can see that.
The Pope loves
Facts.
Facts. Yes.
This win was more needed, I think, than most people realize. We have been taking it from Aaron Rodgers and the Packers for many years, and then to just go over to Jordan Love and not miss a beat, I got to be honest, was a hard pill to swallow. And for 3 quarters, the Packers had the number. The Packers had the Bears number for 3 quarters, but then that guy named Iceman, man, he showed up again, didn't he? And he showed up again.
He did.
He showed up.
100%.
Showed up when he needed to, for sure.
And I don't know if
Why
that's success, but it's exciting football for us.
It's almost
was
like
it a bad look for Caleb Williams after the game, tongue out, grating the
Oh,
cheese?
loved it.
No, Nolan, we're gonna get to the after game stuff because there's a lot here that is awesome. We'll have you do an entire take on Caleb's cheese grater thing, but for
Okay.
now, let's dive back into the first half here.
But you have
It almost seemed like the Packers receivers were insanely open. I mean, every throw Jordan Love was making, Dobbs, Watson, these guys were so open. The unlucky play where Watson dove into the end zone, fumbled it, and Dobbs recovered it in the end zone, so it wasn't a fumble or a touchback, was crazy. But yeah, 21-3 at halftime. And then the Bears just don't quit. There's no quit in that team. They don't die. Caleb's, I know you guys saw this play. The 4th and 8 throw was insane. I think both his feet were off the ground. To make that throw to Rome Odunze was just insane. I'm real happy for you guys as Bears fans. The city of Chicago deserves this. What like how anxious were you guys watching this game? You know, when it got to the fourth quarter.
The first 3 quarters were quite tough. Mrs. Corrado has joined us in her Bear fandom, and she was so intensified that she went and broke some dishes there after Caleb threw that last interception. So the tension gets mounted pretty high. People get after it, but there's this undying love. My brother and I, this has started since our childhood, right? And so we had great success when we were really young, and so we kind of expected that now to come back to. It's almost like a rejuvenation of youth. But that game is a typical Bear game, and to be honest with you, I don't know it's a sustaining formula, right? I mean, you look at the Patriots, for example. The Patriots kind of play steady through 4 quarters. The Bear game, it's like it's a bloodletting for the first 3, and then you buckle up for the 4th.
That's also how the Broncos play. So there's other teams that the Bears could match up with that would give similar outcomes because you have that in both the AFC and the NFC. And I think Bears still have a real shot. If you look at what they have done in so many games, as the Broncos, they have the record they have because of how they play.
That might be the most intriguing matchup. And obviously the Patriot-Bear matchup could be super intriguing for the history behind it and the up and coming. But I think if you were to look at the 2 franchises that kind of are capturing people's kind of attention, it's that Broncos defense, and maybe I'm just sitting over here in it, and then of course the Bears. But it's a wide open game, so I'm excited for these Final Four.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, being in Chicago, what do you think about all this action down there?
Oh, I see a lot of the action, a lot of the jerseys coming through the farmers markets. It's almost like I feel like this is the same thing with Josh Allen. It's like you're so good, you almost have to like let it get so desperate just to get excited about the game. Like, okay, all right, let's see if I can pull this out. Let's do this last minute, just over and over again. Just got to wait till the chips are stacked against you to get excited. It almost seems like these guys are that good.
But it does get you that excited when your team's up against a wall. Bills have been there so many times with the Chiefs, and Bears have been there so many times with the Packers, especially you go 1-1 with them in the regular season, and then you're, again, back up against the wall in the playoffs. There's not a better feeling, I'm sure, than watching the end of that game, watching Jordan Love throw that to the end zone at the last second, get batted down. Like, that's a sigh of relief, and just the city's got to be rocking.
Oh, the drama. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I think in a stat I saw, the past 2 years, the Bears are now 3-2 against the Packers. They've alternated wins, except for now the Bears won 2 in a row with this playoff win. Every game has come down to the last play of the game, too, between those 2. So it's been really awesome. In the fourth quarter, the Packers, like the kicker, just
McManus is terrible. You got to cut him. And I think
the extra point,
it's terrible.
It's McManus. I think that's Brandon McManus, old Broncos kicker.
Yeah,
missed a field goal in the second half and the extra point. The Packers were in field goal range late, but they're down 4 because you missed an extra point.
Well, kicking in Chicago is incredibly difficult. That win comes into the last second.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that.
The double doink.
For sure.
Yeah.
Double doink. You got that, off the lake there. I'm sure that's not easy conditions
you
to
almost
kick
have
in.
to give him a break.
Yeah. Bears' first playoff win since 2010. That is a wild stat.
Oof.
So really, really good for the Bears. So the quarterback stats were insane. Jordan Love, 323 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks. Pretty good game from him. Caleb Williams had 2 picks, but
with that stat,
he might be the only quarterback to ever
lose with 4 touchdown passes.
Oh man, it's insane. Yeah, really, really good Bears win. Came down to the end. So exciting. We will now, Nolan, we'll get into, there's a few things I want to touch on, the after game stuff that I think is so good for this rivalry for the NFL. The handshake between Ben Johnson and Matt LaFleur was hilarious. Ben Johnson's clearly celebrating, and it might be the quickest handshake I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Then he goes into the locker room and goes, "Fuck the Packers. I fucking hate those guys. And it's so good for the rivalry. And I think it's amazing for the sport. Those teams shouldn't like each other. Those coaches should not like each other. Awesome stuff. I think that's going to be a really fun rivalry to watch for the next, these guys are young quarterbacks, young coaches for the next, few years. That's going to be a really fun rivalry. Nolan, I'll now go back to you. I'll give some context for the listeners. Caleb Williams had a cheese grater after the game and kind of stuck his tongue out. And Nolan did not think this was a good look for Caleb. Can you go a little bit more into that?
Yeah, so I'm just watching the post game. Like, Chicago's rocking, just like top of the world. I see Caleb Williams stick his tongue out, grating the cheese. Just like, what are you doing, bro? Just like, not a good look for city of Chicago. But the Bears are still back. But he needs to cut that out.
We have some Bears fans on the pod. I think the whole painting your nails, you do whatever you want to do. Maybe a little bit of a fruity look from Caleb. I don't think it matters if he's throwing touchdowns in the fourth quarter and beating the Packers. What do you guys think? It doesn't matter what he does if he's winning these games and balling out.
With the nails, Joe Namath wore a fur coat, and everybody thought the same thing about him back in the day. So, sign of the times. I guess Caleb's mom is an esthetician. So,
I think overall you're living in an age where personalities kind of come to the forefront. And for the most part, the quarterback role and position is played by a fairly vanilla boy, from your Jared Goffs, and Herberts and all these dudes. And now you get Caleb who sounds the part when you listen to the sound bit. But I think when he paints his nails and he kind of lets his true identity out, he's kind of revealing how comfortable he is in his own skin. And it's kind of neat to see. I remember, not to say this guy's anywhere near the Jordan status, but Caleb has that inner confidence, and he's allowing himself to kind of be quirky, to kind of, I think, throw people off a little bit. And it's almost part of his identity to just kind of keep you guessing a little bit. And because I followed him at Notre Dame when USC played Notre Dame, I said, this dude with the nails, really? We going to play that game? But it was a distraction. So if it works and our boys are winning, then let's go to it. Wear the fur coat, paint the nails, paint the hair like Rodman, live it up.
Yeah.
But the city will embrace you if you ball out.
I think too, if you think about Caleb before, pre-draft, everything, he wasn't somebody who wanted to go to the Bears. Mm-hmm. I remember him having agent conversations of,
his dad didn't want
I'm not going to go be a part of the Bears organization. It's not an organization that provides winners, but maybe he's turned into somewhat of a Trevor Lawrence mentality where he's like, we're fine being the underdogs. We don't really care if anybody outside of Chicago likes us. We're not here to, showboat for the league. We're just here to win games. And I think Ben Johnson helps a lot with that. And going back to what you said about Matt LaFleur, Ben Johnson came in to the Bears organization saying, I'm so glad I get to play Matt LaFleur twice a year and kick his ass.
Yeah, so he was chirping him.
Like a rivalry between them.
Absolutely. Yeah. That's excellent. There's some really good points about Caleb. Off the field stuff, whatever. Great game by him. He's a good competitor, you can tell. Ben Johnson rocks too. That guy is awesome. He's the spirit that city needs. Great win. Bears will have another home game next Sunday afternoon. Rams will be coming to town, so we'll cover that a little bit later, but I'm definitely pulling for the Bears. I'm a Seahawks fan too, so I'd love to see the Bears in the NFC Championship. I think it'd be an awesome game.
There we go.
So for sure. Well, Frog, do you guys have to hop off or?
Yeah, we're gonna slide. Would you like to give my 5 before I go?
Yes, totally. Almost forgot
Frog's
that.
5.
We got to get your segment in. Frog's 5. Floor is yours, Frog.
Frog's 5 this week in recent light of Tomlin stepping down as head coach today. Inspired by the gentleman sitting next to me, top 5 unemployed coaches. Thinking historically, kind of, but thinking more big picture right now. Number 5, we have Mike McDaniel. I think Kevin Stefanski could have made this list maybe, but I think Mike McDaniel had a little more success in terms of his head coaching career in the NFL. Obviously, you're dealing with guys like Tua who are not as consistent. I don't know if necessarily he gets to make all those calls where the extension of Tua and the signing, and that's more of a GM role. But I think with the cards that he was dealt, he did an okay job. Not going to say he's the best out there right now. Number 4, Raheem Morris, kind of speaks for itself. He's just a solid guy. I don't think that he's necessarily explosive in any way of teams look at him as a guy that he's going to change our franchise, but he can get the job done. 3, we got Pete Carroll. Really underwhelming for him because this season was terrible, obviously. Raiders, one, if not the worst team in the league that we've seen in a long time, outside of some past Jets teams. But looking at him historically, he is a Super Bowl winning coach. He has coached some great players in his time, and it just wasn't. He's 71. Like, what more can you ask from the guy? Number 2, got Mike Tomlin. I put him there. I mean, 19 straight seasons of winning football. Yes, it didn't provide the outcome you wanted it to. Yes, you lost a lot of playoff games, but you have 19 years of winning or of having a winning record. That takes some balls and that takes some recognition. And he's the kind of coach that if he finds the right fit, he can come in and change a culture, change an organization because of his track record and who he is. And then number 1, we have Harbaugh. I think wherever he goes, he was successful. He has been successful. He is successful. And wherever he ends up, that team will be successful. There's a lot to speak on him with, we talked last week, how he took Joe Flacco, a guy we look at now as kind of a really, I mean, he's 42, but he's still a great player. Developed Joe Flacco, won a ring. You have all the prime Ray Lewis years, that nasty Baltimore just dog and bite and grit that come with him. And you just look at his family with Jim too. That's winning culture, and he'll be fine whatever happens next year. Sad to see him go from the Ravens. I kind of like the Ravens, but it is what it is. So there's Frog's 5, gentlemen.
It's a good list, Frog.
Awesome. It's a good list. I would say Stefanski, I might even put above Pete Carroll on that list too. That's my only thing. But yeah, Tomlin, Harbaugh, you nailed it there. Raheem Morris as well. So Frog, thank you so much for your list there. It's really good. Great segment every week as always. And fellas, thank you guys for being on the pod tonight.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Sunday Debrief. Go
Thanks, boys.
Finish it strong. See ya.
Absolutely. Awesome. Really, really good stuff from Papa C, Frog, and Unk there. So for the rest of the show, we will now recap the rest of the games from Wildcard Weekend. We went a little bit out of order there just to get Frog involved. And then coming up later in the show, we will have the first guests ever call in to the Sunday Debrief, which will be exciting. So we'll announce that before they hop on. So Noel, let's circle back to the first game of the weekend. Saturday, Rams 34, Panthers 31. This was a really exciting football game. I know last episode we had talked about the line. It was like Rams minus 10.5, how that might be too much, and definitely proved that it was. I am a little surprised by, I guess, the Rams defense to me has gone downhill down the stretch, because if you remember, the Seahawks put up 38 or 39, whatever. I think it was 38 on them. The Cardinals, like Michael Wilson, balled out on them. And now the Panthers, Bryce Young kind of went off. It was a good game for him. I think
I called that game too. I think it was just traveling all the way to North Carolina. Just takes a lot off the Rams.
You did, bro. You called it. You had the Panthers covering that. So that was a good pick. The question I'll ask is, does this reflect more poorly on the Rams that this game was so close, or is this an indictment of the Panthers being probably not as big of frauds as we thought they were?
I think it's both. I think the Rams didn't play up to par, and then the Panthers just played the best they could. I mean, we saw like Puka drop a wide open touchdown pass, but I think it's just the Rams not playing that good. Fraud MVP and Stafford too. It's just all those cards colliding.
Yeah. I mean, Stafford did lead him down the field, score a touchdown. Good drive.
I'll give my flowers to Stafford there. That was a great drive, but
yeah, that's
not
those
a
are
good performance overall.
I mean, besides one interception, 304 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 pick. It was. I wouldn't say he played a bad game, but it wasn't
It's all right game.
this. I mean, yeah, that's. I hate to do this, but those are better stats than Drake May had.
It was
Sunday
against
night.
the Panthers. Okay, yeah, we'll get to that.
Well, the Chargers are also, but yeah, defensively, I can see where you're coming from, but good win for the Rams. You know, I don't know how great the Rams and their fans are feeling going forward. The defense has some work to do, but they'll take on the Bears next Sunday, so that's going to be a good game. That was a really good way to kick off Wildcard Weekend. High scoring game. Credit to Bryce Young, Dave Canales Panthers. You guys had, you know, maybe not a great year in terms of record and the way you went into the playoffs, but they fought. They kept that game. They kept themselves in that game, and they were up in the fourth quarter. So good for them.
True. I think it's a wake up call for the Rams. Honestly, I think they thought they just had that game in the bag, and then they're like, "Oh shit, we're not playing. We're about to lose this game." So yeah, I think it's a wake up call for the Rams. Bears will be a good game.
And Puka, I mean, was like a really bad drop away from having an insane first half. Would have had 3 touchdowns.
Almost had the hat trick. Yeah,
almost had the hat trick. He's an issue. Bears defense they might have some issues with the Rams next week. We go to the afternoon game on Sunday. 49ers go to Philly, beat the Eagles 23-19. Eagles, you guys are frauds.
Frauds. Thank God the Eagles are gone. They're the most boring team ever to watch in NFL. Thank God the 49ers took that game.
Yeah, I agree. We will have a new Super Bowl champion. We will have a completely new Super Bowl in terms of the teams that match up. Chiefs didn't make the playoffs. Eagles are out. I don't know. I think good for the Niners. They're very injured. George Kittle tore his Achilles in this game. You know, prayers up to him for a speedy recovery.
Man. Too bad. His career might be over.
Really sad.
It's too bad, man.
That's sad. This was just a weird game in terms of the talent level in the Eagles is clearly they have all their guys, you know, where the 49ers don't. But Sirianni got out-coached 100% by Kyle Shanahan in this game. The trick play, Jawan Jennings to Christian McCaffrey.
That was an electric play. Yeah, that was a
good throw. That's such a high-level catch by McCaffrey for a running back, too. That's like...
Yeah, it's over his head. Over his head as a running back. Insane catch.
It's incredible. And I'm pretty sure... Or, no, I am sure. I saw the stat. Jawan Jennings was a quarterback in high school. And he was ranked ahead of Sam Darnold and Lamar Jackson. I know that in his class, which is insane.
Not that surprising. Both kind of frauds there, but yeah, that's insane stat.
That doesn't make any. No, that they're not. Maybe Sam is on fraud watch, but Lamar Jackson's
Sam's on fraud
not
watch.
A fraud.
But yeah, but Sam's on fraud watch. We'll see this Sunday or Saturday.
Eagles. Actually. Saquon had a good game, as we predicted in the last show. I thought he was going to go off. They kind of got away from him a little bit. The Eagles did a really, really good job with Christian McCaffrey in this game. That's a really stout defense. Feel bad for them. They had a lot of penalties in the secondary on sacks that defensive front got.
True.
A.J. Brown, it's funny. A.J. Brown is maybe the biggest fraud at receiver. I mean, he's had drama this entire year. He's complaining about getting the ball.
Facts.
And he can't catch the ball. It's insane.
Game on the line, and he drops the ball, and he's causing all that drama. Yeah, get him out there.
Yeah, get him out of there. Him and Sirianni clearly don't have a good relationship. They're yelling at each other on the sideline.
Yeah, they got blown up.
Fraud. And
Frauds.
Me as a Seahawks fan, A.J. Brown and DK Metcalf were teammates in college. And at Ole Miss, probably the two sickest looking receivers you could find. Like just absolute units, amazing athletes. But they're both they're both kind of dumbasses. And honestly, at this point, frauds. It's
frauds. They're frauds.
Not how I would have seen this shaping up. But
true.
In all, really good win for the Niners. Brock Purdy, threw a couple picks, but played a good game.
Good win for the Niners. Yeah, Eagles frauds. Good thing they're out.
Eagles are frauds. Niners will go to Seattle. We'll cover that game, but I think this is more the Eagles being frauds than
True.
the 49ers being legit. Anyways, good win. Eagles are out.
And then the night
Eagles, game. Oh, you want to go to one last stat I have about the Eagles, which is weird.
Yeah.
Is the past 4 years, the Eagles have make it to the Super Bowl, then collapse, have a bunch of weird team drama, lose in the wild card, and then go to the Super Bowl. We will go to the night game now. Let's make sure he's on. We have our first guest ever calling into the Sunday Debrief, Kyle from Philly. He's a Patriots fan. He's in a run club. He likes house music. Kyle, it is awesome to have you on the show.
Kyle from Philly.
As Kyle from Philly gets his technical situation here figured out, I'll...
One sec, boys.
Let's go, Kyle. Boots on the ground. Kyle was boots on the ground in Foxborough. Saw Drake May, his greatness in person.
Awesome.
He's about to debrief some ball.
We'll wait for Kyle from Philly to hop on. We'll have definitely some questions. He's a Patriots fan. He was at the game. Really good. He was on the field before the game, which is incredible seats, incredible view. Patriots
he gave
get
Drake
the win.
May his aura. But yes.
Yeah. Patriots get the win here. 16-3 it was a boring football game. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah, I'm biased. That was a boring football game.
It was a really boring football game, but it was a good win for the Patriots. The Patriots, and I got to be honest here, the Patriots, they look good. They look definitely like they're not frauds. They're a scary team in the AFC. Drake, he had a good game. Nolan, I'll let you talk, and then we'll get Kyle involved too. As a Patriots fan, this is Drake May's first playoff game, and he was 268, 17 for 29, 1 touchdown and a pick.
I wouldn't say he had a great game. Yeah, he had a great game.
I definitely wouldn't call it great, but it was. Drake May is serviceable is not the right word. He's above that. He's really good. Drake May gives them the ability to convert on 3rd and long. He makes good throws. I wouldn't say it was a great game. Kyle from Philly, I'll get you in on this. You were at the game. You were on the field. I saw a view of were you on the field the entire game? Was that just a pregame?
No, so it's a pregame thing. My dad, he's had season tickets for like over 25 years, but like that was our first time on the field ever for warmups. So it was super cool.
Awesome. Dude, that's sweet.
Boots on the ground in Foxborough.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Kyle saw greatness.
I want to thank you for coming onto the show. You are our first guest to ever call into the Sunday Debrief. So big honor for you. What did you think about this game? 16-3, a little bit ugly, but it's a good win for the Pats.
Yeah, win's a win, especially in the playoffs. I'll take anything. I feel like it was one of those games where there's goods and there's bads. The offense did not look great, I didn't think. Offensive line really struggled against the Chargers, especially the left side of the line. May struggled in his first ever postseason game. But with that, defense picked him up and played pretty much a perfect game. And when it mattered most, he delivered at the end with that touchdown to Henry. Ran the ball, probably best game of the year. So I think that things are looking good. And overall, it was a pretty productive win.
Yeah, I agree. Drake May had career high rushing yards. Mm-hmm. Will Campbell needs to step it up though against that Texans O-line or D-line. That's going to be scary.
We'll get into that. Yeah, you are 100% right. Patriots beat the shit out of Justin Herbert in this game. I mean, they put a beating on that dude. How many sacks did the Pats have where Herbert's just laying as a corpse on the field after? Like, I was like, dude, Harbaugh, get Herbert out of the game. They were.
Herbert did not want to be there after.
Oh my!
After
God,
like
no
the
way.
5th sack, he was laying on the ground. He's like, look for Madison beer. He's like, get me out of here. He did not want to be there anymore.
Oh man!
I was gonna say, I think they had 6, right? Someone can quote me on the number, but I think they had 6. But there was that one at the end with Williams that he completely pancaked him, and there was that other one where he got like speared, sort of, when he fumbled.
Oh, he got like
That
sandwiched,
one
dude.
that one looked like it fucking hurt. So,
Facts. Herbert
yeah.
laying on the ground, not moving. He did not want to be there.
Yeah, that the Patriots, I'm going to give them credit for their defense. It's better than I thought it was going to be, for sure. I hadn't really seen them in like a super high stakes game, except for that Bills game late in the year where they blew the lead. Noel, my bad. Dogs are barking. Could you take a moment to mute real quick while I
Kyle, so when you're boots on the ground in Foxborough, what was going through your head? First playoff game in who knows how long back in Foxborough. What was going through your head?
Dude, that was in high school, I would go to like all the playoff games. So I honestly took it a little like for granted. And now that like we were a couple years removed, I was nervous, honestly. I was not, I had a bad feeling that we were going to lose that game, but the energy it was electric, Nolan, as you like to say there.
Electric, bro.
It was loud. They like decked the stadium out in all these lights that I'd never seen before, red, white, and blue. They did like the individual player introductions. Like they like individually like called out Campbell. He was like pumping his chest and shit, running out. It was loud, dude.
Let's go.
It's gonna be it's hopefully gonna be just as loud next week.
Oh yeah. Dude, when the Texans come in town, bro, CJ Stroud's not gonna know what to do, bro. That's facts.
Yeah, that's sick that it's, you guys are so lucky you grew up being a fan of a team that had like an insane amount of success. And me and Nolan kind of like we talk back and forth about this. This is why I grew up hating the Patriots. I'm from Denver. I'm also a Seahawks fan. So there's that Super Bowl. But no, this is cool. This version of the Pats, they're likable. Vrabel is a dog, dude. Like he got headbutted. I'm sure you saw that on the Jumbotron when you were there. He was bleeding from his lip and he looked happy for that.
That's how big of a dog our head coach is. He's just bleeding from his lip after a playoff game. That's who we want as our head coach. Kyle.
Vrabel's a football guy. There's no question about that. So
I can't believe
Patriots defense is nice.
Yeah, crazy.
Oh my gosh, dude, right? Yeah, that's a great point. And now look at the Titans. They're fired their coach already. Yeah, why would you ever let go of Vrabel? I want to hear a little bit deeper your guys' take on Drake's performance, because Kyle, you had it right. It wasn't great. He missed a wide open touchdown to the backup tight end, I believe. I forget his name.
Hooper.
In the end zone. Yep. Missed a wide open touchdown there. I think because in the season when they were playing weaker defenses, Drake May was making really nice reads. I'm not going to lie. I'll do a little glazing. Drake May's been very impressive this year. This game, and it might be a good thing because next week you got a different beast coming into Foxborough. Drake May's running ability was really good, where he kind of said, okay, I can't find a read right now. I'm going to take off using my legs, which he's a great athlete. He's great at that. They're running like the speed option with Drake May, which is really cool. But for a first playoff game, I'm sure you guys are pretty thrilled with how he played. It wasn't perfect by any means, but it's.
I mean, he showed up when he needed to. Like that first quarter, he threw that pick. I was like, Drake, what are we doing here, bro? But he stepped it up, dime to Hunter Henry, and yeah, I mean, I'm pretty pleased with his performance. First playoff game ever. Pretty much. Pretty hype.
I mean, he's younger than us, which is like crazy to think about. So like mistakes I feel like are bound to happen. The interception, there was a fumble in the third quarter that was like dude, throw the ball away or like go down or something, but like don't fumble the ball. Yeah, his legs, Nolan. I thought that was like his best running game of the year. He was all over the field.
Facts. Yeah, whenever there was a situation, he would just run the ball for the first down. That's our MVP, Kyle.
I hope so. I think he deserves it, but I know that's subject to debate.
Nah, he's MVP, bro. He's MVP.
I would like to. I would like to
speak
speak
had a good season.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. So. We'll see. But Kyle, thanks
Um,
so much for joining us today. Boots on the ground. Pats. You're a realist for the Pats. Do you think they'll win Super Bowl on bias?
I don't know, honestly. I think we can handle Houston, but I thought you told me there was a Bills fan on this call. I don't know.
Oh,
well,
he
he had
left.
to go.
He left.
He
He
had
got
to
too
go
scared.
early.
He got
There
too
is a
scared. He
Bills-
left.
That's
We have a Bills
it's
fan
fair.
on the pod. Yeah.
I was gonna say I really do not want to play them, man. I'm a little like I don't know. This is a hot take. I think I would almost rather go to Denver than play the Bills in Foxborough. But I selfishly would like to see the Bills play in Foxborough so I could go. It's just Josh Allen is a freak. So
Facts. You don't know what
Yeah.
Josh you're going to get when you're playing.
And also, like, I'm going to give credit to the Pats defense. It was good.
yeah.
That the Chargers offense is absolutely horrific. I mean, it's so bad. They're banged up on the O-line, but dude, with Harbaugh and Herbert there, they have been so bad on offense. Like, it's not even funny. I think they've had 22 possessions and they've scored 1 touchdown in 2 playoff games with Justin Herbert and the John Harbaugh era. So
Terrible.
yeah,
Terrible.
Kyle,
Terrible.
while we still have you, I do want to get your thoughts on next week's game. I told Nolan this. We watched the game together. Will Campbell and the O-line, they better get ready because Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter and the whole Texans defense is, bro, they're salty. Like, they are legit. And the Chargers defense isn't bad. Don't get me wrong. And they kind of, Will Campbell kind of got worked a little bit. So his film session's not going to be fun this week. And I mean, Drake took some big hits too. Like, what do they got to do to protect Drake? Because the defense coming in on Sunday is disgusting. It's gonna be tough.
At this point, I don't really know what they can do besides just hope and pray that like their players show up.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Will
They can run the
Campbell,
ball.
like he had a bad game on Sunday, but on Sunday, but he's also young. Like he's 22, 23. This is his first playoff game. I'm hoping he learns something and that he can do a good job on Anderson, as good a job as he can. Hunter, on the other hand, our right side's been pretty good this year with Morgan Moses. He has had some blunders, but I'm more worried about Anderson. I think they really need to focus on neutralizing him, and I think that starts with Will.
Facts.
Yeah.
Will Campbell, rookie, right off the IR. I mean,
Yeah.
he played like the best he could have first playoff game, but he definitely needs to step that up for the Texans.
I mean, I don't think he played the best he could have because I think Will
Yeah.
Campbell's an excellent player. I think there was some rust, so it was not a good game for his standards. I think he's going to be an excellent tackle in the league for many years. If I could ask Will Campbell how much he's sleeping at night this week, I would love to find out because I played offensive line too. When you know that you have an extremely tough matchup like that, especially him at tackle where it's 1-on-1, it's not a fun feeling, bro. Like he better step up, and I hope he does. I want to see him succeed. But
He will. He'll step up.
as long as the Patriots can run the ball, if they can run the ball, and McDaniels, I'm sure will scheme some things up. He's going to chip Anderson. They're going to have help.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but the Texans on all levels, God, it's a good defense. They feel like an upgraded version from the Chargers, right? Like the Texans offense, it's not great. It's better than what you guys just faced in the Chargers. And the defense I would say it's probably the best in the NFL. This should
I
be
agree.
probably another ugly football game. It helps that you guys are at home. And so, yeah, I'm assuming you guys picking the Patriots for that one?
Oh, we're taking the Pats,
gotta
bro.
rock
We're
with
taking the Pats. We're rocking the Pats.
I'm taking the Pats too. I feel good. I was just telling my dad upstairs. I feel good. Just hoping that they show up because duds happen.
True.
Yep.
True.
They do. So it's hard to win a Super Bowl. It's one game. It's not a series. So if you shit the bed, you're cooked. But yeah, really good win for the Patriots. Kyle, that's awesome that you were there at the game. Hoping that maybe you can go to some more and come back on the show, tell us how the experience was. But I
Boots on
really
the
appreciate
ground.
you for calling on to the Sunday debrief, man. You're the first guest.
Yeah.
So big
Kyle, I
Oh,
need
shout
to
out
hear
to
it,
you, dude.
bro. I need to hear
Oh,
it. We all we
oh.
got, we all we need.
Yeah, dude, we all we need. Wait, I'll be there next Sunday too. So I'll have to
Oh, let's
Oh,
go.
nice. So he's gonna be at the
I'll have to
Texans
put
game.
on
Cool.
my Patriots hat here. Let's
Yes,
go,
sir.
baby.
Let's go. Let's
We're
go.
back. We're back.
Boots on the ground.
Boots on the ground.
God, Pats have way better fan base than the Seahawks. Let's go, Kyle. I love it.
All right. Thanks, boys, for having me. I'll
Yes,
I'll talk
sir.
to y'all
Thanks for
soon.
coming,
Thanks,
Kyle.
Kyle.
What a
Awesome.
great guest.
Kyle-
Boots on the
Kyle
ground.
from Philly. That's hilarious. That's cool. He was at the game though. So we'll move on here. We'll get through this this recap because we do have another guest coming onto the show. Last game of the week was Monday Night Football. This one got real ugly.
Boring game.
Texans 30, Steelers 6. Rodgers might be done. His last throw
What
of
a
his
way
career
to go out.
might be a pick 6 to the Texans. Tomlin stepped down today. We got the news. He is no longer the coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers. And man, it's just for the better part of a decade, this has been the Steelers. You get to the playoffs. And the Steelers, like this game, there was the pick 6 was garbage time. But the Texans blew them out. The Texans defense is like, if you really know what you're watching when you're watching a defensive football team, it's insane. Like, not only is their defensive front insanely good, their linebackers are good. Their defensive backs are extremely physical too. Like Lassiter, Al-Shaair, Derek Stingley, those guys.
Oh, bro, they're
are dogs.
everywhere.
That's a great way to describe it, bro. Their defense is just everywhere. They fly to the ball. D'Amico Ryans is a defensive-minded coach. He's got those guys fired up. It's fun. It's fun to watch. It is really a physical, nasty defense. Steelers.
It's scary. Honestly, I don't think the final score did that game justice. I think it was a lot closer game than what the final score was.
I was going to
But-
say that. It really got
Yeah.
out of hand in the fourth quarter, and it's on the Steel. The Texans defense had 2 touchdowns in this game.
Yeah. As a Pats fan, I'm like, okay, I'm not really worried about these teams. But in the fourth quarter, I was like, okay, Texans really stepping it up.
The Patriots should be. Trust me, McDaniels and Vrabel are having a tough time. Like, they're going to turn on the
for
film,
sure.
and they're going to be like, ooh, okay. Texans offense it's nothing special at all. Definitely nothing to write home about. CJ Stroud.
No, yeah.
They turned the ball over.
Nico Collins had what, 30 yards that game? Like it was
Like,
all.
he got a concussion too, so he got hurt. I think he might be out for next week. That hurts them.
Yeah. So their wide receiver one's Kirk. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
See how that pans out.
Did you see what Stephen A. Smith called him on ESPN?
I did, and he apologized right away. Yeah, wild move by Stephen A.
It is Stephen A. His name is Christian Kirk, not Charlie. So, this should be next week. That'll be a good game. I thought the Steelers' defense was solid as they always are, but Rodgers, like, he obviously can't move. The arm's not as live. Just a poor watch for the Steelers on offense. Texans defense, I can't say enough good things about them. But
I'm worried about that.
Noel, do you have any other thoughts on Wild Card Weekend?
It was a great weekend, honestly. Every game except for the Monday night game, it was a great game. Every game.
It was, the Sunday night game. I mean, that's your team. I don't know if it was like, I never once thought that the Chargers were in that past the first quarter. So I wouldn't say wasn't an awesome game either, but good win for the Patriots. Really, really good wild card weekend, though. I agree with you. Some awesome football. One of the best weekends of the year. I think wild card and divisional are awesome. So we're gonna do our divisional round preview. Only 4 games. It's getting close now to the end, which is crazy.
Yeah, we're almost there, bro.
We do have another guest that will be calling on to the show. We'll let you guys know when they're getting on. Nolan, do you have any update on JC of when he's
Yeah, JC
calling
will
into
hop
the
in
show?
on in the next 5 minutes. But yeah,
Next 5 minutes?
you wanna give our picks for this weekend while we wait for JC?
Well, we will go to the preview here. JC, really good friend of the show. He's going to call in. Divisional round, we will start the first game. We kind of already had Frog talk about it. He's a Bills fan. Had to have him, give his take for this game. But Bills Broncos Saturday at 2:30 in Denver. The line opened up at Bills -1.5. It is now flipped. The Broncos are favorites in this game slightly. This is going to be a banger of a football game. We saw it last year in the wild card round in Buffalo. That Broncos team was not quite up to par with the Bills at that time. This year, I do feel strongly that they are there. The Broncos defense has been elite this season. Nolan, who do you have in this game? Frog said it too. It's going to be a closer game than it was last year in the playoffs. Yeah, I'm intrigued, and I'm having a hard time making a pick, but I'll ask you, who are you going with?
My heart says the Broncos. I think they'll take away, but dude, I just don't know how Josh Allen will do in Denver in the altitude. I don't know how. I honestly don't know. I'm gonna say Denver for this game.
So Josh Allen did play his college career at like 8,000 feet in Wyoming. So I don't know if it's
true, but
like,
bro, Josh Allen's so hurt right now. You just don't know how that's gonna go.
He's hurt. It's a hard place to play for sure. Broncos have a really nice home field advantage. I'm just trying to think of this matchup because, like I said earlier, the Jaguars, they manhandled the Broncos, and the Bills just went down to Jacksonville and beat them. I think it depends on what version of the Broncos we're getting. We've seen all year that they've played to the level of their opponent. If you think of Thursday Night Football at home against the Raiders, it's 10-7. It's a terrible product. But then you look at the Green Bay game, and Bo Nix is slinging the ball. The offense looks good. The key here for the Broncos, in my opinion, is if you go back, I can't remember exactly what week it was. It was Thursday Night Football, Texans-Bills. And they need to watch film of what the Texans defense did to Josh Allen because they had him in hell the entire night. I don't think the Broncos defense is as elite as the Texans. Texans, I think, is number one. Seahawks being a close two. We'll get into that. And Broncos probably being the third best. But that's the thing. They got to be like Benito, Cooper, Singleton. You guys got to be all over Josh Allen. It's got to be like a wall surrounding him. Don't let him get out of the pocket. Don't let him make these crazy throws. If they do that, I'll go with the Broncos. But it's hard to pick. Like,
I like that. I just don't know how Bo Nix is going to show up either. Terrible Bills defense, but what's Bo Nix going to do? I don't know. It's a 50-50. I really we don't know what we're going to get.
They just played pretty well against Trevor Lawrence, who was definitely playing better football than Bo Nix at the time.
True.
Yeah, if they turn it over, if the Broncos can't run the ball, which, man, they should be able to on that. With the offensive line the Broncos have, they should be able to get some work in on the ground. But I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Yeah, I'll go with Broncos too.
It's a close game. Josh, it's the best offense. There we go. We got our second guest calling into the show. We have JC Sparks. He has great hair, and he is just an absolute dog. JC, thank you for calling
JC
in,
from Scottsdale, welcome to the show.
JC from Scottsdale.
How we doing, boys?
Doing good, bro.
Man.
How are you?
Oh, I'm doing amazing.
So,
That's awesome.
bad week for you on Sunday. Sorry about that. The better team did win. But what's your thoughts on that game, JC?
Clearly I would 100% agree with you. The Chargers were not there to play. It was a bad play call to running play action on a fourth down to trying to force balls in the spots and not looking upfield and keeping your eyes up. There's multiple bad plays. The defense tried to keep you in. You guys won outright. The Chargers were outplayed in every spot of the field. It was just a bad game overall. But it happens. And, I'm very curious to see what that team can do with a healthy O line and also, a wide receiver one and some more weapons and a new offensive coordinator. So I think a lot can change with that team.
So
I agree.
JC,
I agree.
I brought up a stat earlier when we were covering this game that we're referring to. In 2 playoff games with Justin Herbert and John Harbaugh, they've had the ball 22 times and they've scored 1 touchdown.
Yeah.
Is this just all on the offensive coordinator, or when does Harbaugh become on the hot seat? Because, man, the Chargers are they look good sometimes in the regular season, and then it's been a bummer to watch offensively.
And I think a lot to take into that is also schemes. When you have a team like Houston, not a lot of teams throw up big numbers against Houston. And there's a reason for that. They're lights out from all the way their defensive linemen, all the way to their safeties. That's just a hard team to perform against. I mean, you see it with Aaron Rodgers, who's, he's old, but still one of the best, still has the mindset for it. And when it comes to John Harbaugh, I think he's a fantastic coach. He's there to get the people going. I think the play called, as you see, you're not motioning people. You're not letting Justin Herbert check to see if it's man and audible and kill the play. You're seeing these design plays and these design schemes, which oftentimes, you take into account this year, just the worst offensive line in the league, 100%, right? And you're having long break plays, meaning you're having your wide receiver run corners and posts and outside 15-yard outs. And we don't have the time to develop those plays along with a play action. So I think a lot of it does come from Greg Roman, but it also does Harbaugh is that issue there for sure.
Yeah, no, for sure. And it's
True.
It's hard. If you took any NFL team and you said, we're going to take your left tackle, we're going to take your best running back, and your quarterback's going to be super banged up, and go try to win a playoff game across country on the road. I don't think there's many coaches or teams that could get that done in that scenario. So it was just a tough draw for the Chargers.
Yeah, it's tough to see.
It is.
Do you want to see Justin Herbert as your quarterback still, or do you want to try to get a new quarterback in the draft?
So but where in the draft? I was thinking this to myself. You can drop this quarterback who is pretty reliable. Had a few bad games, 3 bad playoff games. I'd say one against Houston. A lot of it, again, it's a tough defense. Still have to show up for. You could take a chance of getting one in the draft and end up maybe like the Jets, who have been trying to get a good quarterback. Maybe like the Browns, who have been trying to get a good quarterback. Like the Giants, who might have a good quarterback. Do you want to end up like a team like that with, taking a gamble, or being, let's see what this guy, still a young quarterback in a sense, can do at some point? I think you stay with Justin Herbert and maybe he develops. I don't like seeing the stat that Peyton Manning started 0-3 in playoff games, but you don't know what these quarterbacks. Matthew Stafford didn't get his first Super Bowl until how many years in the league, right? These quarterbacks develop at different times, and I think it'd be very interesting to see what Justin Herbert can do at some point in his career as well.
It's a great point.
It's clear that you would 100% not move off from Justin Herbert at this point in his career. He's a franchise quarterback. Is he struggled in the playoffs? Yes. But like you said, there's been legends that have also struggled at times in the playoffs earlier in their career. I think you got to get the right offensive coordinator in there. That's just on the same page with Herbert. The receivers to me don't feel elite at all. Ladd was really exciting last year.
Yeah.
He has now kind of been clamped up by some bigger, more athletic defenders that are guarding him. Quentin Johnson has been really up and down. So I think if you just get them some weapons, if Amarian Hampton's healthy, and you need your left tackle. You absolutely need Joe Alt. It's sick to see when you're watching the game and, in 31 pass attempts, he's rushed on 30 of them. And, that makes a big difference for sure.
Pat's defense is no joke. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's a great defense. It is. And something you could bring up with Ladd, we don't have a wide receiver one People like to make the case, well, Joe Burrow, he had the worst offensive line, but he also had Jamar Chase and he had T. Higgins.
And T. Higgins, bro. Like,
and,
T. Higgins would be the best receiver on the Chargers by a mile. If he was traded to that team.
People like Quentin Johnston, where he's not an explosive wide receiver. He's a long ball guy. And you have people like Ladd, where what you're seeing now is defenses are backing up their safety. They're giving him some cushion room and seeing where he breaks, not letting him get to that soft spot where he's able to catch a ball and make a move on you. They're willing to give up that 5 yards and, get him down immediately. So that's a big difference as well.
And then Keenan Allen, legend, love him. But what separation is Keenan Allen creating?
You eventually got it. Yeah.
He needs to retire.
Yeah. He's got to retire a Charger. And, having 3 drop balls, I get it. Bad game, but not the game to have that.
Yeah.
That's real. That's real.
Awesome. JC, I was going to ask, we're doing our divisional round picks right now. Would you like to stay on and join us for that?
Oh, yeah. Would love to. Oh, yeah.
Awesome. JC knows ball 100%, so we'll get your pick really quick. Me and Nolan both picked the Broncos for the Broncos-Bills game. Who are you going with in that one?
I'm going with the Bills. I got to upset it here. I don't even know if that's an upset. I think they're favored right now, but
they are the smallest underdogs that you could be in a football game now. It's switched to Broncos -1.5, so it's a pick 'em. Really, it's this
I mean, it's a little bit of bias. I'm a little
biased,
right? I'm a Chargers fan, so of course I got to go with the Bills. I don't want to see an in-division team win, but when I do see what Josh Allen is able to do, it's scary because you see games where you'll see the Bills play the worst game of football, and you're like, I don't even know how this team's not even going to make the playoffs, right? And then you see how they played against the Jaguars, and you're like, that team nobody can beat. If Josh Allen comes out playing like he did against the Jaguars to the Broncos, I don't see the Broncos beating them. I just don't. He's able to make plays in multiple different aspects of the field. He's able to run it. He can pass it deep. He can pass, on the run. There's multiple things that he can do that can make it scary for the Broncos defense for sure.
Mm-hmm.
True. Yeah, for sure. We don't know how Bo Nix's going to show up.
Yeah, and Bo Nix, right? Like, he could have a game where, he's so inconsistent as well. He can have a game where you'll have 2 interceptions and 120 passing yards, or 290 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. You don't know what you're going to get with Bo.
That's true. It's true.
For sure. Yeah, Josh,
in the next game.
Definitely the most dangerous quarterback left, so that's a valid pick. I really do like both of those teams, so that's going to be extremely fun game to watch. That'll be on Saturday afternoon right here in Denver. We'll move on to the Saturday night game.
Seahawks.
49ers are going to Seattle to play the Seahawks. The line is Seahawks -7.5, which is huge for a divisional round football game, but I think it's deservingly that big. You got the hospital 49ers against if you guys haven't watched a lot of Seahawks, we've talked a lot about the Texans defense.
Yeah.
The Seahawks defense is almost equally as it's insane. A player I want to point out, if you guys don't know him, he's a rookie from South Carolina, Nick Eamon-Worry on the Seahawks. Is
never heard that guy before.
Yeah.
Just pay attention because the next Cam Chancellor has arrived. He's a safety.
Those are big words.
He's a big hitter, huh?
Some context. JC was a really good defensive football player. He played linebacker. Dude, Eamon-Worry is like a safety / nickel, and he's 6'4", 220. It's just it's insane.
Cow. That's
like a player that size playing at corner. And he's extremely physical. I mean, dude, he was all over the field 2 weeks ago. The Seahawks destroyed the 49ers in San Francisco. He was all over the field making tackles. Good win for the Niners last week against the Eagles, but the Seahawks are too healthy. They're too stout. They're going to out.
Noel's going Niners. He's going Niners.
You mean Niners? Niners were underdogs against 7-point underdogs against the Eagles. Beat them outright. Give me the Niners, bro. They're going to do it for Kittle.
The Eagles' offense is comparable to the Seahawks. Eagles predictable. Seahawks, you don't know what you're going to get. I mean,
yeah, exactly. Sam Darnold, he's seeing ghosts out there. You don't know what he's going to do.
Also, the Seahawks do have I mean, you guys got to remember this matchup took place 2 weeks ago in San Francisco
True.
with Kittle, and it was belt to ass. I just don't know what has changed. Now
division games, you never know.
You're amazing tight end. I agree with you. But dude, Charbonnet and K9, it was kind of a walk in the park. Like that, they're just going to do that again. They're going to run the ball, and bro, the Niners offense, they're not ready, bro. Like the Seahawks defense is. It is.
I think they're ready,
nasty.
bro. They have McCaffrey.
It's going to be a good game.
McCaffrey had like 30 yards against the Eagles last week, or it was probably more than that, but he did not have a great game. It's going to be really tough. The Seahawks have no one on IR from their defense. Everyone's healthy. And bro, 12th man is back. It's the loudest stadium in the league. It's going to be rocking. Sure. Give me the Seahawks.
Sure. Okay. I like it.
Guy that knows no ball, pick the Niners. And JC, who are you going with?
I'm going Seahawks.
Yeah. It just comes down to like, do the 49ers. Well, I mean, the Seahawks have the offensive player of the year, probably JSN. So, but I think it's just a difference of roster and yeah, they're just going to outman him. But good game on Saturday night, Seahawks Niners divisional game. We'll get through this. We're at an hour 10, so we'll wrap up here in a sec. The Sunday, I think it's Sunday afternoon, right? Is it at 1:00, Nolan? Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay.
The first game.
Patriots Texans in Foxborough. This is a good football game. Nolan,
I
start with you.
I think this is for the Super Bowl. Give me the Pats, but dude, I don't know how that's going to go. But give me the Pats. I think whoever wins this game is going to Super Bowl.
Okay. That's a good take there. JC, what about you?
Man, I don't know. It could go either way. I think I'm going Houston. I think that's my hot take. That defense is unbeatable. They make plays. They cause turnovers. Drake May's young. He's a great quarterback, but he's young. They're going to be throwing schemes he's never seen before. I got to go Houston here.
That hurts.
I'm also going with the Texans. It's in New England, but bro, what travels? That defense definitely travels. And dude, the Chargers got to Drake May. They hit him a lot.
Yeah.
What do you think the Texans are going to do, bro? Like it's.
And I think
going to be tough.
Houston learned from the Chargers game is the Chargers were getting to him, but they were doing those running back where they block and come off to a screenplay. And I think the Houston saw that little, they were hiding their cards with that for a long time, and now Houston knows how to play it. I think it's going to be an interesting game.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
this will be a good game.
It is.
It's going to be physical. If CJ Stroud just doesn't implode and completely ruin this game,
it's all up to him.
The Texans. Yeah. If he just doesn't turn the ball over and they can, keep the ball for certain periods of time and end up punting is the worst thing they do. Yeah. I think the Texans will win, but the Patriots are good. The defense for the Patriots is also, it's pretty legit. I don't know. We'll see. We're going to find out actually, because I don't know if that was the Chargers offense is incredibly bad and they made the Patriots look good, or they're actually that good. But Patriots, I think, are favored by a field goal.
3.5.
I'll take the Texans as well on that.
Do we know ball? We'll see.
I think so. I don't know. That's the hottest team in the NFL. But
okay.
Last game is Bears-Rams in Chicago, Sunday afternoon. I think game time temperature is going to be in the teens, maybe even lower.
Yep.
So it's going to be cold. Matt Stafford played inside in Detroit, now plays in soft-ass SoFi. So, oh, man, this is a tough one. I think the Bears' defense could have some issues with Puka and Devontae Adams and everything that McVay brings. So that being said, I'm going to take the Rams. What are you guys thinking?
I'm taking the Bears. Something happened in Chicago after that game.
And I hope so.
Give me the
I'll
Bears.
be pulling for the Bears.
Yeah.
Give me the Bears. Stafford's a fraud. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Stafford's a fraud. I don't know. I just think with the weather, Puka, he hasn't played in that weather. Chicago, that's going to be a hard team to beat. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, but I wasn't impressed with the Rams Panthers game. I thought the Rams were going to be a Super Bowl winning team. And then I was like, I don't know if they're getting past Chicago with this team. So I'm going to go with Chicago. I have to.
Let's go, JC. Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Chicago.
I hope it's the Bears. Trust me, I'm going for the Bears. But the Rams, I don't know, the experience at quarterback.
Yeah, tough team.
But it's going to be an awesome game. Caleb should be able to. The Rams defense has been pretty poor as of late, so he should be able to find some guys. We have we're going to try to wrap up here in the next minute. I do want to give the listeners our segment that we do every week. No Balls, do you have a hot take Tuesday for us?
So yeah, my hot take of the day, boys. Colson Loveland is the best tight end in this draft. Way better than Tyler Warren. Colson Loveland is a future Hall of Famer next to Caleb Williams.
Guys loving the Bears. Wow.
Yeah, a lot of glaze for the Bears.
I don't know. Dude, Bears just might be legit, bro. Like,
Maybe.
Bears to the bowl.
Maybe.
Okay. I mean, it was where Tyler Warren started.
Tyler Warren's a fraud, bro. After seeing Loveland, 130? Like, yeah. Loveland's legit.
Well, Tyler Warren started off way better than Loveland. Early in the season, Loveland wasn't doing shit, so it looked like a really bad pick, but then it just completely flipped.
Yeah.
Colson Loveland started balling out, and Warren went downhill. Phillip Rivers came in as their quarterback. But Nolan, thank you. That's a really good hot take Tuesday. It was an awesome show. JC, thanks for calling in, man.
Yeah, thanks for coming in, JC.
Thanks for having me on.
Guests. If you guys made it this far, make sure you go like, follow, subscribe on our content. It really helps us out when we're trying to film the debrief for you guys. So you can find us at the Wash Kings Network on YouTube and at the Sunday Debrief on Instagram. Boys, I'm excited for the divisional round, and we will see you to debrief that next week. Thank you, guys.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, boys.
Let's go.